Once upon a time, there were two retired neighbors.
I am a retired medical laboratory scientist. And I am a retired engineer.
Both of the retired neighbors had planted a variety of plants in their gardens. But the difference is how each one catered for their plants. The retired engineer had interest in technology, so he used machines to provide water to his plants all the time. Whereas the retired medical lab scientist gave a small amount of water to his plants, and didn't always give full attention to them. But whatsoever, his plants and trees were simple but looked good. While the plants for the other neighbor, who was interested in technology, looked fuller and much more green. Because he gave them a lot more water and attention. One day during the night, there was a very heavy storm and a wind. The next morning, both of the neighbors came out to inspect the damage to their gardens. The retired engineer saw that his plants came out by the roots and were totally destroyed. But the retired lab scientist plants were not damaged at all and were standing firm.
I gave a lot more attention to my plants than my neighbor. I provided everything to my plants, but how come my neighbors are standing firm? I should go ask him because I don't believe this.
The surprised retired engineer neighbor went to the retired lab scientist neighbor and asked,
"Hey neighbor. Oh Mr. Anderson, I have been wondering. We both grew the same plants. And I actually looked after my plants better than you did. Oh yes, that's true. And I even gave my plants more water than you did. How is it possible that my plants all came out by the roots, Mr. Rex? Could it be mysterious?" "Mr. Anderson, you gave your plants a lot more attention and water. But because of that, they didn't need to work for the water by themselves. You made everything easy for them." "What do you mean by that? Are you trying to say I shouldn't have taken great care of them with much attention?" "No, everything needs great attention. But what I mean is, while I gave my plants only an adequate amount of water, this made their roots search for more. From where would they get extra water by themselves? They had to search for more water, from very deep under the ground. And because of that, their roots went deeper, hence making their rooting stronger, never shaken by any strong wind or storm. So that's how my plants survived the heavy storm last night, Mr. Anderson. But then, why didn't you tell me this earlier? I thought we're friendly neighbors. Of course we are. But I didn't know such a heavy storm would come. And since your plants were doing well, I didn't know something would happen. But God does things to teach us a lesson sometimes. I understand, and you're right, bro. I really over-pampered my plants. I won't deny it. Thank you so much, Mr. Rex."
Now, dear friends, this story particularly applies to parenting a child. Because children are like plants. If everything is given to them, they will not understand the hard work it takes to earn those things. They will not learn to work for themselves and respect it. However, sometimes, it's best to guide your children, instead of giving. Teach them how to walk. But let them follow their own path. Because only a living example brings up a child. Not words, even the best, but not supported by any deed. You know, the best school of discipline is family. Please hit like and subscribe if you learned something. By Cobb Stories. God be with you all.